Why do you forget? Why you walked into a room. You stand up with a clear purpose. You're going to the kitchen to get something. You know exactly what. You walk down the hall, step through the doorway, and the moment you cross it, it's gone. The thought has vanished completely, as if someone reached into your head and deleted it. You stand there, blank, slightly embarrassed, scanning the room for a clue. Everyone has done this. We laugh it off as a sign we're tired or getting old or losing our minds. But it's none of those things. What just happened to you is one of the most revealing glitches in human memory, and scientists have actually caught it in the act. The cause isn't your age, it's the doorway. And the reason why says something profound about how your mind really works. For a long time, this little failure didn't even have a name. It was just one of those universally annoying human experiences nobody studied. Then a psychologist named Gabriel Radvansky decided to take it seriously. In a series of experiments published around 2011, he set out to test a strange hypothesis, that the simple act of walking through a doorway could by itself cause you to forget. It sounds absurd. A doorway is just empty space. How could passing through nothing erase a thought? His experiment was clever. He had people move through a virtual environment on a computer, picking up objects and carrying them from one place to another, then being tested on what they were carrying. Sometimes they moved the same distance, but stayed in one room. Sometimes that same distance took them through a doorway into a new room. The result was striking and consistent. When people passed through a doorway, their memory for what they were doing got measurably worse. Same distance, same time. The only difference was the door. And then he checked the obvious objection. Maybe it was the virtual world doing something weird. So we ran it in real, physical rooms with real objects and real doorways. The effect held. Walking through an actual door made people forget. So what is going on? Why would your brain be built with a flaw this ridiculous? The answer is that it isn't a flaw at all. It's a feature working exactly as designed, just at the worst possible moment. Here's the key idea. Your brain does not record your life as one long, continuous stream. That would be overwhelming. An endless, unbroken movie with no chapters. Instead, your mind chops your experience into segments. Researchers call them event models, and the boundaries between them are called event boundaries. Think of it like your brain quietly closing one file and opening a new one every time the situation meaningfully changes. While you're inside a single event, all the relevant information, what you're doing, what you're holding, what you intend, is kept active and close at hand. It's loaded into memory, ready to use. And a doorway, it turns out, is one of the strongest signals your brain has for a new event is beginning. When you cross a threshold, some deep part of you registers that the context has changed. New room, new place, possibly new goals. So it does what it evolved to do. It closes the previous event, files it away, and clears the desk to make room for whatever comes next. The problem is that the thing it just filed away includes the very thought you were carrying. Get the eggs, find my phone, tell her the thing. The doorway didn't just move your body into a new room. It told your brain that the old chapter was over. And your intention got swept up and archived along with it. But here's what nobody talks about. This isn't really about doors. The door is just the most obvious trigger. Your memory is constantly being reorganized by these invisible boundaries, and you don't notice the vast majority of them. A change of topic in a conversation is an event boundary. The end of one task and the start of another is an event boundary. Even a sudden shift in what you're thinking about can do it. This is why you can walk into a room, forget your purpose, walk back to where you started and have it suddenly snap back into place. You return to the original context, you reopened the file, and there it was, exactly where you left it. The memory was never destroyed. It was just shelved, and you walked away from the shelf. Once you understand this, you start to see it everywhere. It's why you lose your train of thought the instant someone interrupts you. They forced a new event before you finished the old one. It's why studying in the same room where you'll be tested can genuinely help. The context matches, so the right files are easier to reopen. It's why a smell or a song can flood you with a memory you hadn't touched in 20 years. It's a key that fits an old, archived event and springs it open all at once. Your memory isn't really organized by time, like a diary. It's organized by context, by situation, by where you were and what was happening. And context can lock things away just as easily as it can bring them back. There's something almost reassuring in this. The next time you stand frozen in a doorway, blanking, you can stop worrying that your brain is failing. The opposite is true. That blank moment is the sound of an astonishingly sophisticated system doing its job, segmenting the chaos of raw experience into clean, retrievable chapters so that your mind doesn't drown in undifferentiated detail. The forgetting is the cost of the filing. A brain that never closed a chapter would never be able to find anything at all. And here's the reframe to leave you with. We tend to think of memory as a recording, a faithful tape of our lives that's supposed to play back on demand, and we feel betrayed when it skips. But that was never what it was. Memory is not a recording. It is a living, shifting library, constantly deciding what to keep close and what to put away, reshaping the story of your life in real time based on where you are and what matters now. You are not the helpless owner of a faulty tape recorder. You are the author of a story your brain is editing, chapter by chapter, every single time you walk through a door. So the thought you lost in the hallway isn't gone. It's just in the other room, filed under the person you were one doorway ago.